So you've decided that you want to go to interior design school. What do you do? What do you need? Should I be good at drawing? Should I be good at math? Today I'm here to answer some questions that I've heard so many times with regards to if you are qualified to study interior design or architecture, or honestly some of these questions are pretty broad when it comes to design. Today I'm talking about interior design school because that is what I'm studying. I just want to give some of you out there, whether you are in high school and you're looking into pursuing interior design in college, or you're in college and you're looking for a major switch, or you are done with college and you're probably, you know, you want a change of your life and you want to go back to school, like whatever your case may be. I'm here to answer a few questions about whether or not interior design school is best for you. So one of the first questions that I've heard is, do I have to be good at drawing to become an interior designer? No, you don't. And let me tell you why. The way the industry is right now, right? Whether it's architecture or interior design, it's becoming more and more digital. So that gives those of you who aren't necessarily great at drawing, it gives you some comfort in knowing that, okay, you may not be able to put pen to paper, but you can still convey your ideas through a program. And these programs are like AutoCAD or SketchUp, or, you know, 3D programs like 3ds Max or Rhino. Like, you have all these different programs at your fingertips to relay the idea that you have in your head, right? But it is beneficial. I won't say it it's not a requirement, but it is very, very beneficial. Some schools though, they will need a portfolio. Some do require that you have some level of skill when it comes to drawing, and they want you to prove that. They want you to send in a portfolio with like pieces that you've done, right? There are some schools, I've applied to a school before that asked me to send in pieces where I had to draw something like complex, like a bicycle, and like you have to pay attention to detail and you have to look at the little things and how they're all connected, and in order to create the big picture, right? They want to see that you know how things work together. Sometimes you have an idea and you need to like sketch it down really quickly. You need to at least be able to do that, to sketch down an idea. It doesn't have to be like the prettiest Picasso drawing ever, but you need to be able to put your ideas on paper. The next question is, do I have to be good at math? And this was more so for architecture than interior design, but it's still design, right? Do I need to be good at math to study interior design? You need to know how to do math. You need to know conversions. You need to know units of measurements. But do you need to be a math whiz? No, I'm not. I don't like math. I was in architecture school and I survived 2+ years. So, and I wasn't very good at math. Like, you need to know how to do math, but you don't need to be a whiz. You don't need to be an expert. You're fine. If anything, when you get to that point where you need it, just brush up on those things. I will say though, for architecture, that is a lot more math dependent than interior design. With architecture, you've got to do structures and you got to know how forces and stuff like that work, and you have to know how to calculate these things. So with that, you're on your own. I'm not gonna tell you anything with regards to that. Let somebody else talk to you about that, not me. You will need to know how to do math, like your basic maths and like angles, because you know you work with angles. You need to know how to use some of those principles of math. All right, so the next thing is, do I need to be, I've heard this before and it's crazy. I'm not gonna say it's crazy, but it's kind of just like, well, I mean, yeah. But do I need to be like a creative person to be able to study interior design? A lot of things you learn. I will say that a lot of the things that you will need to be able to do, you learn. And if you're new to this, if you're completely new to this world of design, I mean, I would say what's more important than anything else is that you need to be a problem solver. So that's what design really is. It's about solving problems and creating like solutions to clients' needs, right? So you need to be a problem solver, and when you are a problem solver, creativity just comes to you, because that's just you thinking outside of the box. How can I come up with a solution that isn't necessarily obvious, it's not a given, but it looks good, it functions well, and they'll love it, right? You have to think like that. You can't really think, I'm not a creative person so I can't do it. Like, no, it's not like that. I would say if you're the type of person that just, if you shut down when problems come up and like your brain freezes and stuff like that, I would not suggest that you pick a career in design. You have to know how to think on your feet. You have to know how to think proactively. You also have to know how to weigh options to see what best fits, right? So that's what I would say with regards to creativity. Because at the end of the day, creativity is really about problem solving and thinking outside of the box. Nowadays, people make creativity just seem like it has to be pretty. Like that's not necessarily what creativity is. You know, it just has to work, and that's how you know you were creative and you did your job. Will I lose a lot of sleep if I study interior design? Will I have to do all-nighters? Here's my thing. I don't think you have to do all-nighters. I just think that a lot of the times people just don't know how to manage their time well. Like, I'm not telling you that I'm a saint and I know how to manage my time well. Like, no, I've had to pull so many all-nighters. But for most, you will end up pulling all-nighters, especially and only usually around the times of finals. That's when all-nighters will come into play. You know, if I know some people actually front load, so they do the bulk of the work in the initial stages, and then when like the finals time, when presentation time comes around, they're just like cruising because they did most of the heavy lifting already. While some people like me, we leave like the heavy things to the end. So like, yeah, we come up with the ideas and stuff like that, but we don't actually start like the technical parts of it, which is time consuming. That is what a lot of this is. Like, especially if you're not proficient with the programs, you will move a little bit slower and things will take a lot longer, and you sometimes will get frustrated, and like when it comes to finals, you will have bags under your eyes and you probably won't shower for like a day or two, like, because you're just so engrossed with the work. It happens, right? And I don't think it's something you should be afraid of, because one, it happens because, yeah, there's pressure on you and there's a deadline, but you see, if you're passionate about it and you're having fun while you do it, I mean, it's exhausting, that's what it is, but you get it done and you're fine, and then you get to sleep. Because usually after finals, either if it's like the final of the semester, you sleep right throughout the summer. I mean, no, don't do that, but you get your rest. But I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's a healthy thing to do. So I wouldn't say go in thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have all-nighters. Like, no, but there will come a time where you might have to pull maybe one or two. Just try not to do them too often. Color theory. Will I need to know how to use colors? Yes. That's an easy answer. Yes. I am a person who, I love interior design, but I don't think I have mastered using colors yet. So like, I will do a lot of neutrals, and I mean, it's safe. But if you want to be experimental, you can definitely use colors and play with them. But do you need to know how to use colors to be able to study interior design or enter interior design school? In other words, no. Like, no, you don't. They'll teach you that. That is something you will have to be taught, period. No ifs, no buts. You will have to be taught how to use colors and color theory, and that's just it. Will I need a portfolio? Or what if I don't have a portfolio? but they require one. Well, I mean, if you can speak to someone at the institution that you're applying to, find out what the requirements are and explain your situation if you can, and they might have a solution for you. If not, then just get busy. Like, do something creative, do something fun, draw something, paint something, build something, take pictures of a birthday party that you designed, like something, just something, you know. They just want to see that you know how to exercise your creativity. So go ahead and do that. All right. So not all schools require a portfolio, but most do. So another question that I get a lot, or not that I get, but that I hear a lot, is when I have a design degree or an interior design degree, do I need to work for a firm? No, you don't have to. There are so many different routes that you can take, right? So many different routes. You do not have to work with a firm, but it is recommended in order to get the experience and in order to learn certain systems and business practices. But you can be fresh out of college and start on your own. These are just a few of the questions that came to my mind. If I'm missing anything that I could have talked about, don't hesitate to drop the questions down below. You know, the thing is, like, I have way more knowledge than I'm able to put out in one video, just based on my experiences and my research. So go ahead and drop some questions below, watch my other design videos, and you know, you can get like the gist of like interior design from my perspective. A lot of this is just from my perspective, my education, and my influences. So definitely just see it as my perspective. There are always other ways to do things, but you know, I am trying to answer frequently asked questions as best as I possibly can. So I hope I did, and if this video was helpful, please just do me the honor of liking this video, sharing it if you need to, or if you want to, then go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.